The United States has imposed sanctions on 4 India-based companies and 3 Indian nationals over alleged transactions involving Iranian petroleum and petrochemical products in a move that could put additional pressure on India's business ties with both Washington and Tehran. And according to a US State Department press release, the action is part of a broader American campaign in order to restrict Iran's source of revenue and target companies and intermediaries that are involved in its energy trade. US Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent has described the wider campaign as Operation Economic Outcast, that is aimed at cutting off financial channels that Washington says help sustain Iran's activities. And among the entities targeted is India-based customs broker Porteous Partners LLP. The US has also accused the company of facilitating multiple shipments of Iranian petrochemical products. 2 Indian nationals associated with the company, Indrasmia Sheikh and Harish Ramchandra Rangi, have also been sanctioned. 3 other Indian companies have been included in the latest action as Sadashiv Overseas Limited, PP Softtech Private Limited and Prakruti's Infra Impacts Private Limited. PP Softtech's director Prashant Garg has also been designated by the US, and the State Department said that the companies were sanctioned for allegedly knowingly engaging in significant transactions involving the purchase, acquisition, sale, transport or marketing of petroleum or petroleum products from Iran. Washington has cited substantial transaction values, and according to the US, Sadashiv Overseas imported Iranian origin petroleum products worth around $69 million. PP Softtech was accused of importing approximately $25 million worth of Iranian petroleum products, while Prakruti's Infra Impacts was linked to imports worth roughly $25 million. The US says that revenue from Iran's energy export supports activities that Washington considers destabilizing, including attacks against US forces and allies. Illicit weapons procurement and cyber operations and the latest measures are part of a broader sanctions campaign covering sectors such as shipping, banking, technology, aviation, gold and digital assets. And the move is significant for India because Washington has warned that businesses outside Iran involved in certain transactions with Tehran can also face secondary sanctions. And this could increase scrutiny of Indian companies involved in trade, logistics, shipping and financial transactions that are connected to Iran. India has reduced its dependence on Iranian oil over the years, but its relationship with Tehran remains strategically important, and one key area is the Chabahar port project, which provides India with an important trade and connectivity route to Afghanistan and Central Asia while bypassing Pakistan. And the sanctions also come at a sensitive time for India-US relations, which are already facing disagreements over tariffs, trade policies and India's engagement with Russia. And any expansion of secondary sanctions could add another challenge to bilateral ties. Iran has rejected the latest US pressure campaign and warned against further expansion of sanctions. Tehran maintains that Washington cannot completely isolate Iran and that its major trading partners will continue economic engagement. Well, for India businesses, the latest action sends a clear warning that transactions involving Iranian petroleum and other sanctioned sectors could carry significant financial risk. Companies could face difficulties assessing the US financial system or conducting international transactions if they become subject to American sanctions. The immediate impact will depend on how Washington enforces the new measures and whether additional Indian companies are targeted. Well, the development will be closely watched in New Delhi, particularly because of its potential implications for India-Iran trade, Chabahar, energy supplies and the broader India-US relationship. And as Washington intensifies its campaign to isolate Tehran economically, India faces the challenge of protecting its strategic interest with Iran while managing the growing risk of US secondary sanctions. That's all for now. Stay tuned to the Savera for more updates. Do like, comment and subscribe to the channel.